Video bites from ulearn.photography. Here's our principal, Simon Q. Walden.
Hello there. I'm going to give you 5 tips about lenses and focal lengths. Okay, so number 1, use an ultra wide angle lens for a bit of fun. And by ultra wide, I really mean that some unit that's 24 millimeters or less, a 14 millimeter, or 12, or even down to the full 180 degree fisheye lenses. Now, when you're shooting with this wide, you get lots and lots of distortion. But the trick is to use the frame and to compose and choose your camera position to make the most of that distortion. Because basically whatever is close to the camera is going to look huge, and what's even a little distance away will start to look absolutely tiny. So, adjust your shooting style to make the most of using that wide angle lens for a bit of fun. Number 2, use a long lens for portraits. Somewhere along the line it became common wisdom that a 50mm lens is the correct lens to shoot with any camera on any subject. It's absolutely bollocks, particularly when it comes to portraits. I see more portraits ruined by being shot with a 50mm lens than for any other reason. Why? Because at 50mm it still distorts the image. It still gives, for example, on a headshot, a bigger nose and smaller ears. It distorts the shape, and when you move out to the whole figure, it will distort the shape. And for me, a minimum starting point for a portrait shot is 70mm, but ideally you want to be around about sort of the 100mm length, or an effective equivalent if you're on a crop frame camera. And kind of associated with that, it means that you can get out of your sitter's face. If you're using a 50mm lens and you're trying to get a nice tight crop, you're going to be right in their face, and of course that's just going to exaggerate the whole distortion. You're going to be intimidatingly close. A longer lens will let you keep your distance, and you're not right in their face. But number 4 is get a 50mm lens. Well, what were you just said you hated it. I hate it for portraits, but it certainly has its place in all sorts of kinds of shoots. But here's the real thing about a 50mm lens is, both Canon and Nikon and most of the other manufacturers, they have a 50mm lens which is A, incredibly cheap, B, incredibly sharp, and C, incredibly fast. And what that adds up to is a lens that you can set right down to like an f1.8 or an f1.2, which with a fast shutter speed, it gives you a fast shutter speed in low light, but more crucially, it gives you a lovely sense of focus and bokeh in your subject, where you've got that lovely out of focus background. It really lets you concentrate in on the focus. And that 50mm lens on a crop frame camera comes out to about an 85. That can be really nice as well. So there you go, 4 quick tips for getting the best out of lenses and focal lengths.
Subscribe now for regular tips and updates. To find out more, go to ulearn.photography.